In February of 2015, I found myself living in a little fishing trailer over on Lake Seminole. I had gone through an extremely traumatizing event in 2014 and 2015, and my family had sent me over there to find some peace. I really was a perfectionist, and with that, I tried to control everything around me, and it just really led me to a place of complete paralyzation, a paranoia, and a fear that just gripped me by the neck and would not let go. And with perfectionism, it has a lot to do with control. And what that really means is that Sherry was so big and God was so small. As God was taking me through this journey and He was tenderizing my heart and I was becoming more humble and open, one stormy night came. On the road to Damascus, which is really my road to Dothan, I cried out to God, and as the tears were in my eyes and I couldn't even see, I surrendered everything to God on that road from Lake Seminole to Dothan, and He heard me, and He can hear you too. Someone had mentioned to me about Harvest Church, and I had been there back in 2012. So I drove back to Harvest Church and I got plugged in right away. I began doing discipleship training. I joined a worship team as I was walking with God and in my church at Harvest, and just falling in love with God. It did not stop trouble from coming. And the things that had got me to Lake Seminole in 2015 were starting to come back for me again. The FBI showed up, and it turned out that I was a target of an investigation involving a pharmaceutical company that I had worked for. And it turned out I made some mistakes, and I was going to have to be accountable and responsible. But instead of Sherry trying to figure it out all by herself and letting fear and being paralyzed and being stuck, my church family at Harvest really rallied behind me. And we prayed. And as my heart began to weep for women I had not even met yet, God spoke very clearly to me. And He said, "It is not your name to clear, but my name to glorify." And I tell you, I called up my attorney, I offered up the plea agreement, and I shot on down to Marianna, Florida, to federal prison camp, and He used me for extraordinary purposes in that place. I knew that God had sent me there to be a light to a lot of women who experienced a lot of trash in their life, a lot of darkness, a lot of abandonment, a lot of unloved women that was there. I really had true joy in prison. It was crazy, but I did. Sometimes in life, the things that God may ask you to do is not going to make any sense at all. But if you keep your eyes on Him and you stay focused on Him, it'll all become very clear, and you will have a testimony to go and share with the world that gets you out of bed every day, ready to go and serve.